growth. Our leadership continues to focus on resilience, innovation, and strategic collaboration within the tourism industry. She remains committed to showcasing Sierra Leone's cultural identity on the global stage and fostering inclusive development through tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Madam Nabeela Tunis. A round of applause.
Actually didn't want to get up, I thought that I was back in class. So I really felt like a student again. But it's a real pleasure to be here. Good afternoon, everyone. How's it been so far? Inspiring, engaging. It's been a learning experience, hasn't it? But it's a learning experience for me as well. So it's a pleasure for me to be here. Good afternoon once again, lecturers present, esteemed students, participants online. We do have a few people online, don't we? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me first of all recognize the presence of our partners. I can see the proprietors of Hotel Mamoy and Madam Gali Kamara. I can also see Dr. Taki, she just entered. Let me recognize our esteemed lecturer, Dr. Taki. May I also recognize the staff and the team from the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the Monuments and Relics Commission, and the National Tourist Board. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we commemorate Global Tourism Resilience Day, recognized by the United Nations and observed every 17th February, I extend my warm greetings not only to everyone gathered here, but to colleague ministers of tourism and practitioners across the globe who are making this day special in their respective countries. Today unites us as a global community, committed to showcasing tourism itself as a pillar of stability, as a pillar of growth, and as a pillar of shared prosperity. At this point, allow me to send warm greetings to Professor Rosalia Hamilton, Sierra Leone's Honorary Consul in Jamaica, and Professor Lloyd Waller of the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center. Special greetings to Minister Edmond Bartlett for inspiring us to host this event here in Sierra Leone for the very first time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the story, the word, the topic itself, resilience, is quite important to all of us in Sierra Leone for obvious reasons which you have discussed earlier on today. And there is no better audience for this conversation than young people, than the young voices in this room and those listening to us online. Sierra Leone is often described as a resilient country. We say it so frequently that it risks sounding routine. But our history proves that it is anything but routine. From civil conflicts with Ebola, from the mudslide tragedy to COVID-19, we have endured moments that could have defined us by despair, yet they did not. Instead, we rebuilt, we reorganized, and we returned stronger. Few sectors reflect this resilience as vividly as tourism. Because when borders closed, when visitors stopped coming, when hotels stood empty, it was our communities, our creatives, and our entrepreneurs who kept the spirit alive. Culture didn't shut down, nature did not disappear, and hope did not die. This is resilience. But today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed students, resilience has to mean more than just survival. It has to mean strategy, and it has to mean innovation that has to be translated into prosperity and dignity for everyone. We are now in the year of culture and creativity, a deliberate effort by the ministry to remind us of who we are, where we came from, and where we are going. It is a year dedicated to promoting our culture, our It is a driver of growth. Our music, our dance, our fashion, our artifacts, our storytelling, our cuisine, these are all assets that we're proud of. And when we package these assets authentically and sustainably, they attract visitors, they create jobs, they empower women, they engage the youth, the young people, and they strengthen communities. And guess what? Tourism sits at the intersection of all of this. What does it do? It connects agriculture to hospitality. It connects conservation to community income. It connects digital innovation to global visibility. It connects our painful history to a powerful narrative of freedom and transformation. And interestingly, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed students, I'm sure you all know that tourism does not discriminate. I always state that every person has a productive space in Sierra Leone's tourism industry. And the reason is because everyone in this room, outside, everywhere, has a God-given talent just waiting to be discovered. Your familiarity with not just technology, your boldness in expression, and the creativity that you possess positions you at the heart of tourism resilience. Things like artificial intelligence, which I'm sure you discussed in detail here, climate adaptation, digital marketing, sustainable design, they are not distant concepts. These are your daily reality. So what we need to do is to just give you that support to help you identify that talent and nurture it to a productive level. And if we align your talent, your innovation, your creativity to our and with our cultural heritage, reflecting constructively on who we are, then Sierra Leone's tourism story can shift permanently from a story of recovery to a story of prosperity. And interestingly, resilience in action really means building systems that anticipate shocks, not merely reacting to them. So it means that we need to go the extra mile to protect our beaches, to protect our forests, because they are our economic assets. It also means supporting the creative industry so that they do generate sustainable livelihoods. It also means ensuring that when the world looks at Sierra Leone, it sees not just our past struggles, but our present strength and our future promise. So listen, tourism can transform our resilience into revenue. Do you believe that? Do you think that tourism can transform our resilience into revenue? Yes. Good. And you feel that it can also convert our culture into capital? Because our culture is unique, isn't it? It's the one thing that people come to experience when they visit Sierra Leone, isn't it? And do you feel that it can actually turn our story into strategy? Do you think so? Do you feel it can turn our story into a strategy? Right. But we can do all of these things only if we own it. If we agree today as tourism resilience adopters to own our story, to own our narrative, and live it and create it, then the transformation is already done and dusted. So today I issue a simple challenge. Please become adopters of tourism resilience in your own spaces. Promote your culture, promote your environment and protect it, the beauty of your environment, promote and protect it, innovate within your various disciplines, tell Sierra Leone's story with confidence and authenticity, and post something positive online. Whenever you engage online, ensure that you speak about the beauty. Let's leave the other issues that are not so enduring for those other conversations. But online, we know that we're linking digital innovation to global visibility. So we have to understand that if you post something that is not really edifying, it may give an impression that people would not want to promote in any way. So post something positive, and let us together move beyond surviving crisis Let us ensure that we put our best foot forward, we join hands and design prosperity. Let us prove that resilience is not our identity because we suffer. Let us prove that resilience is our identity because we transform. The future of Sierra Leone's tourism will not be built by policy alone. I always state that we want to have a sector that is driven, a tourism industry that is driven by the private sector. And that needs to be built by young voices, as I stated, bold, creative, and determined. Interestingly, the United Nations General Assembly has declared 2027 as the International Year of Sustainable and Resilient Tourism. And they're encouraging all countries to use the year to promote tourism as a driver of development, inclusive growth, environmental protection, and social empowerment. As a ministry, for the past 3 years, we've been holding what we call yearly campaigns. We started off with the Tourism Fourah campaign in 2024. Last year, we themed it the Year of Ecotourism, and this year is our Year of Culture and Creativity. Now, I'm just thinking to myself, what will you do as tourism resilience adopters? I am optimistic that you will do something. You will not only post something positive online, but you will take that active role in ensuring that resilience is transformed into prosperity. And the reason is because you are not just the leaders of tomorrow, you are our partners today. And I am optimistic because I do believe in you, because tourism business, now all my business. Tourism business,
now all my business.
Tourism business,
now all my business.
So I look forward to hearing the comments, to kind of engaging with you as to what programs you have put forward to commemorate next year's